On this episode of Roadkill, zero fail. We built this garbage and drove it 2,500 miles to Power Tour.
We suck less this time.
Little bit less.
There's always next time.
Last time on Roadkill, you saw us working on this car, our 55 Chevy Gasser with 530 cubic inches and 700 horsepower worth of Mopar Hemi in it. It's also got an American powertrain 6-speed and 543 axle gears. But that is not going to stop us from hitting the road because we wrapped it up just in time to hit the highway 2-lane blacktop style.
Well, car has a new name and a new home because we got kicked out of the hot rod garage when they decided to kill the power last night at about 8. And we're leaving this morning with still a bunch of work left to do. We've got to finish the harness bar, figure out why the clutch is leaking, and I think bolt in a seat for Freiburger because he kind of wants to drive on this trip. And where are we going?
North Carolina. Charlotte.
Yeah, it's 2,500 miles from here, I think, and we have 5.5 days to get there. No problem. I have complete faith in this automobile.
We hit Finnegan's shop at 6 a.m., hoping to get on the road by around noon, but that didn't work out. It turned into a full 12-hour thrash.
This is all that sits between my spine and that back brace for the next 2,500 miles.
Iron Man.
I haven't been further than around the block in my 55, and now I'm driving to North Carolina.
No problem. Except for that.
That's not good.
Seat feels better to me.
Oh God, it's so much stiffer now. There's a brace in there.
Yeah, but that's good. I thought it was gonna break when I was driving it.
You only like it because you have the back of a 103-year-old man.
Yeah.
Me, this is a little harsh for. It's a little rough.
Little stiff. Well, it made it around the block, so I figure we're good for 2,500 miles. Hit it.
We won't even need an oil change.
We might. This thing would be nothing without the stick. It's Monday now. We hit the road last night figuring we were gonna go about 500 miles and we made it like 150. So we got a crank. Sits too high in the front. We need to pull a leaf out of the front and crank up the coils in the back.
I agree. But not now.
Not now.
Let's go. Buckle up with your new seatbelts.
Sweet!
I love this job.
We woke up on day 2 in Barstow, California, and at this point we still had 2,450 miles to go and only 5 days to get there, which meant more miles per day. But this is Roadkill, and you knew stuff was going to slow us down, and the first thing was really stupid.
We're cruising along the highway and it started to like surge really quickly and then it like backfired. I thought we were running out of gas, but it doesn't seem to be, so we're looking at the tune-up.
This says everything's fine, but we have no gas gauge nor speedometer. You know, either one of those things would be useful right now because we don't know how far we've driven, nor do we know what gas is in the tank.
We do know volts, oil, and temp.
Which is better than normal, so I'd say
We're living large. Let's go.
Be fine.
Ready?
Yep.
That was probably me.
That was you.
Okay, so we are in fact out of gas. 113 miles, video guy says. How big's this tank?
16.
7 miles per gallon.
You were going allegedly 95 to 100-ish at certain points of that.
Yep.
Up a mountain, so. Maybe the Hemi and the Chevy wasn't such a good idea after all.
This is gonna be expensive.
Oh boy.
Let's just start running the 87. Here's a question, will 5 gallons get us 17 miles to Seligman, Arizona?
5 times 7. Yeah, if we're still getting 7 miles to the gallon, that gets us there.
Okay.
I feel like
an orange Challenger. I think all of the Challengers are orange. You ever notice that?
Quite a few. Okay, you want to drive?
Sure.
17 miles to Seligman?
I'll eat, get a food coma, and make you drive again?
Yeah.
After running out of gas, it looked like we were going to be home free. The car was working surprisingly well for something that we had thrown together and driven around the block before we hit the road. But then, it started to bite us.
Okay. This threaded little doohickey right here goes in the middle of the clutch rod to adjust the overall length of it. And it was out at the end of its adjustment and obviously backed off a little bit and came apart. See how the thread's gacked?
Oh, it came out?
It came out, right. Because it's missing a lock nut. So we need to ungack that and then it'll thread right back together, and it would be great if I could find a lock nut for it. I'm trying to carve out pieces of metal that are in my way from threading it back on.
We didn't fully fix the clutch at the side of the road, so it was still hanging up by the time we hit Flagstaff, Arizona, but we met a fan there who worked at a Chevy dealership and was gonna hook us up.
It appears Home Depot doesn't believe in having fine thread bolts, taps, or all thread. So we're gonna have to fix what we have. And Henry works at this Chevy dealership and was kind enough to bring us inside his house, let us borrow his tools, which is like borrowing somebody's woman. This is kind of a big deal. Right, you can see the metal coming out of it as it cleans up the threads. Here we go, good as new.
There's never been a 55 Chevy with a Hemi in it in a dealership in Arizona while fixing clutch linkage before.
Never.
Ever.
First ever, setting records.
This guy Henry was totally cool, and the least we could do was just run him around the block in the 55.
Kind of surreal, honestly.
Why's that?
It's surreal. I kind of like have to smack myself to realize I'm actually in the car with David Freiburger driving the blasphemy around town I'm living in.
The other thing that Henry pointed out to us was that one of the places where they had shot the Two-Lane Blacktop movie was just up the road, Mary's Cafe, where they shot that scene where the guys pick up the girl, and all of a sudden it dawned on us, without even planning it, our whole road trip was following about the same route as the guys in the Two-Lane Blacktop movie.
We had to pull over because there was so much smoke in the cabin. It was just brutal, and it seemed like the regular Roadkill exhaust leak, but we can't find that. But the transmission is just puking everywhere, and we can't figure out why or where.
No, let's just hit the road.
By the end of the day, the 55 was running good, and we were feeling good, and we made it all the way into Gallup, New Mexico.
Got about 4 hours of sleep in a seedy motel in Gallup, New Mexico. And we got, I don't know, about 650 miles we need to go today.
One thing we've been battling the whole time on this trip is that the clutch pedal feels funky. And I got it so that it was really good, but then the adjuster screwed itself out and it fell apart yesterday. And ever since then, we haven't been able to get the clutch pedal to feel right. So I put in some more adjustment today. Right now we're bleeding it just because who knows. And now I'm checking the master cylinder to make sure that I'm not bleeding it dry, which I'm not. So we're gonna give this another shot. Okay, pump her up.
1, 2, 3, holding. Yeah,
Hey, that had air.
Yeah, it went all the way to the floor when I was holding it. I think it's better. It still has that little kink in it, but I think it's better.
This slot is all the way down. That is not coming out, and there's no way to get a wrench on that. And the other side, it's rammed up against the firewall.
Better.
Move it more.
Yeah, go just a hair more because it's got a little bit of rub still.
So it is bottoming on that, or not bottoming on the piston, but rubbing the underside of the piston.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Okay, let's stop somewhere and get fluid,
Okay.
because it's now pretty low.
Day 3 turned out to be pretty much the cruise we were hoping for. Virtually nothing went wrong with the car, and we spent the day with the laptop open just tuning on our fast EFI. We ultimately got 17 miles per gallon out of that big Hemi.
Ooh, it is Africa hot. It's about 100 degrees out. Car's running at about 215 degrees. And all of a sudden it just turned off. Not sure why, so we coasted for a little while and turned it back on and it fired right back up, so. I don't know. We'll keep going, I guess. You probably recognize these guys from their hugely popular TV show Street Outlaws, and we came by their shop to hang out with Big Chief and Murder Nova.
Hope you don't mind if we're using your shade. How's it going?
What's going on, man? How are you?
The usual.
Looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good.
Not bad. It's been running hard.
That's a sweet ass steering wheel.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best parts of the whole thing.
It looks like Ray Charles welded the headers with his feet.
We could comment on that.
So the engine had 2 miles on it, was completely untuned, and you hit the highway.
Yeah.
That's, dude, God, I want to do that so
it had a little
badass.
bit of a tune in it.
How are the fumes in the car? Are they good?
A little bit of fumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there?
It's what keeps us going. Without a little bit of carbon monoxide.
The fumes keep you awake, really.
I love it. I don't think you're allowed to weld that bar together, are you?
Not
Yeah,
technically.
there was going to be some foam over that.
Hey, sometimes, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Hey, put your pad over it.
There was going to be some foam over that.
Sometimes you need 4 foot, you only got 2. When you were thinking this thing up, were you thinking about how cool it was?
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted the 2-lane blacktop car, and it was his idea to put the Hemi in.
Yeah, I'd wanted to do the Hemi in it for a long time.
I think
So you've driven it halfway across the country already. If there's anything that you could change about the car up to this point,
Seats.
besides the passenger, what would it be?
Passenger's a given. Let's be honest. I don't know. Nothing really.
I mean, if you had to do it all over, you'd do everything exactly the same?
I'm happy with it.
Really?
That's
cool.
Dents and all, I'm cool with it.
What do the people on the highway think when they pass by? Or
Oh,
when you
chicks
pass
just
them?
throw themselves at us. It's ridiculous.
I've never done a burnout in a stick shift 55 with a Hemi and fuel injection.
No one but us has.
You can't get a whole lot done when you're just standing around laughing with your buddies, so the time came that we had to get a whole bunch of just little stuff done on the car.
Be gentle.
Hate that. That's the worst. I thought if it was wallered out, that means it's like worn out to an oval.
Well, wallered out is bigger than it should be.
Okay.
That
So if
needs a
somebody
little bit
says
of
your
wallering
girlfriend's all
out.
wallered out, that's
Yeah,
bad
that's
deal.
probably not good. You might around here you might actually get into a fight.
Okay.
Sidecar.
Hogatone's coming off the edge. It doesn't hold.
It fits now.
Going all out.
This is a really great bit you got there.
Turn the
Get anybody
throttle down on that
fiberglass?
deal. Holy. You're almost-
Nailed it.
Okay, mine's got
Dude,
no
that
problem.
one's- you can throw it at that one over there.
Yeah.
We're an inch off. Oh,
How about now?
hang on. One more? Ah, that's it.
It's folding the hood up.
Okay, that won't go anywhere.
It's way more cooler now that I've sat in it.
Yeah.
Because you get a feeling looking inside.
It's 2-lane blacktop.
And not just that, but you get a feeling of the road. Like, you know what I mean? There's little things done to the car for a road trip that's not done to most of the race cars I sit in. You know what I mean? Like there's
the
a cell phone holder
and the cup holder.
and the cup holder.
And the cell phone charger.
And then the glove box open with, you know, what used to be your money in it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. I'm digging on it.
Cool.
Thank you.
You gonna have to make one?
We're gonna have to make one.
At the end of the day, Big Chief was pretty much scared to drive the 55 because he knew he would break it. And so Finnegan hopped in with Sean and gave him a quick ride.
The cops really don't hassle you around here or what? It's amazing.
badass.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Hey, thank you.
Good time.
Thanks for helping, for hanging out. It was awesome. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
I can't believe they let us ruin their shop all day.
It's Thursday morning now, and we're in Little Rock, Arkansas. Today it's an 8-hour jaunt over to Atlanta, and we're going to stop at Comp Cams along the way. And other than that, we don't really have a plan. Finnegan's on the phone with Meffy Bob trying to sort out some of our fuel injection issues and figure out timing at cruise so we can get even a little bit better gas mileage than the 17 that we've already hit.
Yeah, when you let the clutch out, it didn't like it shattered at all.
Yeah.
It's surging a little bit right here, though, huh? Okay, hold on. Let me fatten it up a little.
Totally fixed. Amazing.
Awesome.
That is cool. We're just pulled over now in Arkansas because we had a little bit of oil mist on one of the GoPros on the back of the car, but we don't think it's any big deal. It's kind of normal stuff. We were on it pretty hard out on the highway. It might have just fogged a little out the breather or exhaust or something. It was also only doing that when we were driving about 140, so I'll just sort of lay off the 140 from now on.
The back of the car is ice skating right now.
Told you, 10 miles an hour.
I think those two teeny tiny grooves in those slicks are the only thing saving us right now.
Hi there, I'm driving in the rain on drag slicks right now, and I'm looking for some new rear tires. I'm wondering if you have something like a 275 60-15. Do you have any 15-inch tires at all?
That wasn't boring. Wow. I've heard of guys only being able to go like 8 to 10 miles an hour on drag slicks in the rain. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we just went 35. So still alive, still in one piece, still making progress.
Right outside of Memphis, it started to rain really badly. And in case you hadn't noticed, we're driving this thing on drag slicks. And that meant we were not going to be able to stop at Comp Cams and visit our buddies there in Memphis. We had to keep on the road and just make time.
I'm in trouble because I already have like the sense of victory, because we're here in Atlanta, which is only 4 hours from Charlotte, where I need to be tonight, which probably means I won't get fired for missing this event I'm required to attend.
Home stretch.
But right now, it's 10:15. We agreed we were going to be wheels up at 10 o'clock. We're going over to Rutledge Wood's house, and he's going to throw us out by at least noon, I'm guessing earlier. And then we're going to hit the road and hope that we make it.
We're huge Top Gear fans. So if we're going through Atlanta, we've got to stop by Rutledge Wood's house.
Sure. Yep, that'd be it. Oh, look at that. It drove that from LA. Yeah. That thing is so awesome.
Sorry to stink up your town.
It's so much more ridiculous than I thought. I'm so impressed at the sheer size of your nuts. You've seen Top Gear. Like, we do some pretty dumb stuff. This is much dumber than the things that we do.
I don't know, dude. Can I see the van?
Oh, please. Yeah.
I've never actually.
Yeah.
I saw it at SEMA, but I've never.
I wanted like the hot rod family hauler that could still pull a trailer. So it's on a 99 2500 frame that we shortened.
That's a big project.
It's a big project because you kind of don't know. Now it's got cats on there, and it comes out both sides.
It's got really nice sheet metal work.
Yeah, this is
bead rolling.
This is Lucra out of San Diego, and so they built the dash for me, did the engine cover.
Wow, that's really
but
nice.
it's got vintage air. It's got GPS speedo because I learned that lesson too. I made it to Bristol, Tennessee in like 4.5 hours, and apparently it's like a 6-hour trip.
What's the name?
Oh yeah.
Is it a small block or a big block?
Small block. It's the
6-liter.
yeah, it's a 6.2 LS3, 525 horse. You kids want to go for a ride?
Yeah, spin it around.
Rutledge's van is an all-aluminum bodied 49 Chevy Curbmaster. Not exactly your mainstream hot rod, but a lot of fun.
You know that part at the end of the show? We're always like, hey, who makes a show? These guys. Yeah, you look good.
Wasn't me.
You got it. Hey, you look sharp out there.
Thank you.
You look good too.
A little bit.
Hey, if you guys could just do, like when you're on the road, just more of these like dramatic, like,
Oh yeah.
Do these
Yeah, we don't
shots.
get much of that.
Because my nostrils
Yeah.
aren't big enough.
dude, look at that sun. Gosh, you look good.
Here, you got to do the reality show pose too, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, stand awkwardly close and look like that. Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
You and your throne of judgment. Your Hemi-powered 55. Hey, good-looking beard, huh?
Look, wait.
Don't get 'em
Spontaneous
intertwined.
combustion if they touch,
You gotta
dude.
go.
We're gonna
We'll start
Velcro
a
together.
fire.
Hey, thanks for watching Roadkill. We'll see you next time. We're gonna do some silly stuff. You're gonna love it. Shenanigans.
Oh, you said it.
Hey,
Now
hold
we
this.
gotta get
Hold
you
this. I
back.
forgot that one thing to say.
What's that?
Is it on? Yeah, if you really like car shows and reality shows, this is actually the only one in existence. This show is it. If you're looking for a reality show and car show, there is only one.
You are gonna get fired.
And it's Roadkill. Oh, Top Gear's awesome. It's just, I love it. I'm just saying, like, this is real stuff. I do this for like 7 hours and I'll be like, I'll be at the hotel.
Rutledge loves us, Mother Nature hates us. As soon as we hit the road, bam, more rain.
Oh, perfect. All right, guess I'm getting fired for not getting there on time.
Yeah, well, we didn't want this trip to be too easy, right? So we called up Mother Nature and asked her to just drop a deuce right here in Atlanta for us. Now we got drama. What are we, 5 hours from the end of this trip, and now it's dangerous.
Very. As much as it blows, I think I'm officially calling it.
Oh, you have to.
I know.
You can't sit here.
I really wanted to go all the way.
If you're late for that men's fragrance sampling party you're going to tonight, you'll never live it down.
It's all over. I know it. Be safe.
Yep.
All right.
See you later.
I'm gonna hop in over here with Painless Derek, who's been following us in the Cadillac. He's the sponsor of the big party at Power Tour tomorrow. He was just doing this with us to hang out and be cool, but it's a good thing, because now he's gonna go save my bacon.
Oh, good, a traffic jam. I've never been so happy to see slow cars in my entire life. Woohoo! Yeah, everybody's got to slow down. I just got passed by a horse trailer. That's all right. We're moving.
It was a big letdown for me not to be able to ride all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina with Finnegan in the 55. But you know what? That moment when he finally made it and rolled in, completely road weary and terrified from the rain, and the fans just crowded around the car, he and I grabbed a Corona, gave each other a toast, and it was like, man, we did it.
We got up this morning, pushed the start button, it didn't want to start. Plugged the laptop in, and the tune-up that we parked it with last night is gone. We arrived with Alpha N in the box and woke up this morning and speed density was in the box. So I'm at a loss there. So we've eliminated the files we were tuning with over the last 2 days and went back to the file we had in there when we started this trip, which gave us 17 miles to the gallon, but is not tuned for wide open throttle. That's part of the problem with this thing is the injector offset.
Yeah,
It's too wide of a window.
it needs voltage. Yeah, see, it's going down.
How did it work last night? All right, let's just get to the event, because this isn't going to run very far. We knew things had been going too easy on this trip, so of course the roadkill curse bit us at the least opportune moment.
2,500 miles, and here we are.
Ready?
Way too low. The battery no likey. It doesn't have enough voltage to trigger the ECM.
Just hook it up. That's it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right, lifesaver. That could be helpful, yeah.
This trip was amazing. First, we built a ludicrous car, a Hemi and a 55 Chevy Gasser. And then, after just driving it around the block once, we hit the road for 2,600 miles, and in the big picture, really didn't have that many problems. And we survived on rain, on slicks, and we hung out with a bunch of really cool people, but the capper was the fans that we met along the way. We had been letting them follow us on a live GPS map online, and everywhere we went, they came out to see us at gas stations and waving at the side of the road, and it was just awesome to meet people and hear their gearhead stories. And it really came to a head at this party at Power Tour, where we were just thronged with a bunch of people who watched Roadkill. And meeting the little kids who were inspired by it, the whole thing was truly humbling. We know that there's a lot of views on YouTube, but to just be able to talk to people and find out how the show affects their lives, man, it makes it all worthwhile. And in all, made this the best Roadkill trip ever.
You built the motor, and it's your car,
It's my car.
and that's your buddy, and you guys are driving it across the country.
But we're not good.
That's badass. But you built the motor.
Yeah.
So that takes some serious trust in yourself to jump behind the wheel after you.
It had 2 miles on it when we left town.
Oh, so it broke in.
Yep, just about. No oil in it, but it was broken.
It had plenty of braking mileage, but no oil.
Apparently
Yeah.
I can build them and just not fill them with fluids.
I want to do that.
2 miles is 8 quarter-mile passes.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
Oh god.
that's
that's a weekend for you.
that's pretty broke in.
Yeah.